pace with control of this race. Here comes a run from Davey Hazard. He blocks the 10. Not going to be enough. Ryan Pace is going to win at Talladega.
Trying to hold off Wilson. He's done a good job so far. Wilson, one last desperate attempt to the bottom. He won't get there. Nick Curry wins at Bristol.
Coming out turn number 2, coming down the back straightaway here. Looks like he's in a class of his own right now.
Merzlak, one final time, get around the 55, big time send.
He hits the wall, he hits it, he gets the lead, but can he hang on to it? Oh my goodness, he made it to the line!
Big push down the backstretch is going to give him a good run through the corners.
A little bit
Follow from the 1.
A little bit of contact there for second, but coming to the line, Toby Roberson's going to take home the checkered flag and victory here from the new Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Before I wrap things up here in this segment, your thoughts on the type of race we're going to see tonight? And I would have to agree.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to tonight's feature presentation of the FAST Renegade Cup Series Round of 9 elimination event from the Charlotte Motor Speedway Roval. Hello and welcome, folks. We are so glad you joined us here tonight on JTN. Drivers being called to their cars, we're calling you home here on JTN. Hello and welcome. My name is Joe Twansky. Joining me up here in the booth tonight, you know him, you love him. He is the one and only Mr. Joseph Weaver. Buddy, welcome back to the booth.
Hello, Joe, and hello, everybody at home tuning in here for the Roval. Thank you for welcoming us into your homes tonight. We should have a good race tonight, 39 laps around this road oval mixture combination track.
It's a great way to describe it. You see the chicane there on the back straightaway on your screen. You saw a pit exit in turn number 1. Weaver, it's 39 laps tonight. This, of course, is our AutoSim 2 race preview, AutoSim 2. It's now available on Steam for $9.99. We encourage you to go give it a look. Best motorsports text-based simulation game on the web. It's 39 laps here tonight. Road course racing, often, for a lot of drivers, it's like outside of their realm of comfortability. Comfort? I don't know why I tried to make a new word there when there was a perfectly good one in the first place, but it's outside of their realm of comfort, Weaver, road course racing, and with it being an elimination race, how much extra pressure is that going to add on to the guys that are outside of the bubble?
Honestly, Joe, I think it might add more pressure onto those guys that are kind of above the cut line, that aren't really locked in yet. Kind of got a lot to worry about. You could get a surprise winner here. You got a couple that can maybe point their way in here, so you can't make any mistakes here at a track where, you know, mistakes can happen a lot. A lot of corners.
A lot of corners here at the Roval. You see the point standings on your screens now. Tyler Mellon and Greg Lovell both have advanced by virtue of victories the last 2 weeks. Then it's Joshua Moyers, 22 to the good, which I believe these guys that are 20 points to the good, Weaver, they are going to be locked in. Only 10 or 11 cars here tonight. So I believe Joshua Moyers there in third, Jovan Anderson fourth, and Randall Coleman all going to be good to advance to the round of 6 starting next week. But for Jeff Goodpaster, coming into the race, only 2 points to the good over Ediver Leal. That bubble is, or that cut line is rather tight.
Dangerously close there for the 33 of Jeff Goodpaster. He's going to be hoping for a good race here tonight. But a lot on the line for that 09 of Ediver Leal. He can easily go out there and point his way. He doesn't have to get a win. Like you said, can point his way in. Drivers below him probably going to be needing to win tonight, but it's nice to not know you don't need to win if you can't get it.
Yeah, for Cody Luke and Sean Romero, it is a virtually, it is, with, again, a small field size. There will be stage points out there, but probably going to come down to a must-win situation unless they can maximize points in the stages. And then hopefully those other guys don't have as good of runs. It's going to be close. It's going to be fun. We are so excited for you guys to be tuning in here to JTN tonight. Again, remind you, if you haven't already, make sure you click the like button on the video. Make sure you are subscribed to us here on JTN. It goes such a long way to help support us. And again, cannot thank you enough at home for what you do for us here on JTN. Qualifying results, they're trickling across the top of your screens at home. See a note there at the bottom. Final 2 races of the year, the round of 6 elimination race from Martinsville. on October 29th, and the finale from Homestead, Miami on November 5th will also both be live right here on JTN. We'll bring up those points as the night goes on as we can. But again, it's looking like a must-win situation for Cody Luke, Sean Romero, and the 09 and the 33. They're going to be in a points duel already, looking like they're in a duel tonight. Second and fourth right now in provisionally in qualifying. Again, those results at the top of your screen in our ticker. Yeah, I'm ready to go road course racing, Weaver. I mean, this track, there's some people that they don't like it. They think it's a little gimmicky. There's some people that love it. I don't know. Where do you fall on that spectrum?
I think it's fun. It's nice to come here, do something different. I don't see why not.
I like that word that you used there, fun. It's fun. For someone tonight, it's not going to be fun, right? Like, can't be fun for everyone.
There's always winners and losers in these. There's a racing game here, Joe. So
There's always one bad apple in there.
I don't know if you can say bad apple.
Boom.
I think that's the wrong analogy there.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
we're just kind of waiting. Yeah, we're playing the waiting game. You like the waiting game? What's your favorite waiting game? Oh, qualifying's over. Weaver, take us through tonight's starting lineup.
With pleasure, Joe. Starting on pole, set a time of 1 minute 22.334. It's gonna be the 9 car of Randall Coleman. Outside row 1 is the 09 of Edver Leal. Row 2 is the 68 of Joshua Moyers and the 33 of Jeff Goodpaster. Row 3 is the 8 of Cody Luke and the 50 of Oscar Ramos. Row 4 is the 71 of Sean Romero and the 19 of Nico Servideo. Row 5 is the 07 of James Moore and the 93 of Jovan Anderson. All alone on row 6, we have the 088 of Greg Lovell.
Lovell,
sorry.
That's an easy one to mess up. However,
It happened, you know.
it happened. Hey, it happens. It happens to the best of us. See Benjamin Snyder in chat. I love road course racing. Heck yeah. More road course racing later on this week. Oh, good pass there. Dukes of Hazzard style there with those turtles. Do you like the turtles? Do you think I feel like the turtles sometimes are a little too dangerous. I know why we have them, because these drivers would absolutely abuse the course limits, but...
Yeah, I think in NASCAR, the turtle is acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
You start going into other forms of motorsports, not so much, but...
You remember when they had the turtles at the Indy road course that first year? And the Indy cars were like freaking out about it, and like because a couple of them like ramped over them because they left them out there on track instead of removing them for the Indy cars.
Yeah, no, not good for a lot of cars.
Oscar Ramos in the 50 and down to the backstretch bus stop. Do you like bus stop or chicane?
Well,
or is there only one bus stop?
It depends on what it is, because all bus stops are chicanes, but not all chicanes are bus stops.
Some are moving.
Yeah, there are definitely a few of those.
Any of those out there tonight?
Joe, you're trying to get me in trouble.
I am. Bristol just walked in and said, "Joe, stop asking those questions."
The answer was yes.
Oh, wow. They have this fun little bit, and this is like story time. We're in pre-race. We talked about the standings. We can throw them back up there for you. You see how close they are there between the 09 and 33, but they have this little bit on the local radio where they say something like what you just said. They say 248, which is the area code, like to call in. I don't know. It's funny. We need something like that.
Yeah, man.
No one knows what I'm talking about. That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. See Joshua Moyers and Oscar Ramos down into the backstretch chicane. Moyers in a different car tonight than we're most familiar with. Benjamin says some drivers that would be moving chicanes: Kirk Shelmerdine, Morgan Shepherd, Hermie Sadler, and Stanton Barrett. They were the field fillers. I mean, Weaver, do you know any, like, are there any moving chicanes that you feel like you could call out? I know I was a moving chicane in front of you before.
Yeah, quite a few times.
Oh, a few times. Wow, okay.
Yeah, quite a few.
All right.
I don't know if I'd call anyone out in this race.
Well, not in this race, but, like, just in general. Like, you can reach back into your time vault, you know, and maybe fast drivers of years past. Because there has been...
I feel like I'm already towing the line here, Joe. We changed the subject.
No.
Before I do slip up.
I mean, I remember the...
Yeah, you start to think of names, and then you're like, wait a minute, should I say that?
Well, do you remember Joey Fulford?
Yeah, he was one I was thinking of there, you know, inside 14.
What about Brandon Powers? Or Kurt Montgomery? You know?
Montgomery was the worst. That man could not drive a race car to save his life.
Weaver, why would you choose those words? Is fixed setup here tonight as well, so everyone's going to have the same thing underneath them. It's Cup physics, so a little more horsepower than what you've seen a couple times this year when we go to some of the intermediates and the super speedways. Yeah, a little more wheel spin and corner exit. Familiar with our cameras tonight too. Got some good views around the racetrack. I'm glad they parked that one RV there on the exit of the bus stop, or on the backstretch chicane. Where it completely obstructs one of our cameras. That was really nice of them.
Who let him do that?
Not Bristol. Bristol's furious over here.
Is he furious?
He is furious. Alright, cars getting pushed out to the grid as we await the command to get engines fired here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Drivers, start your engines!
Moyers in chat telling everyone to enjoy the show. Enjoy your time out there on track tonight, Moyers. So, again, Randall Coleman on the pole tonight in that number 9. Edward Leal to the outside in the 09. Row 2 is the 68 of Joshua Moyers and the 33 of Jeff Goodpaster. Row 4 is the 8 of Cody Luke. Second guy on the outside looking in. And the 50 of Oscar Ramos Jr. The 71 of Sean Romero and the 19 of Nico Servideo on row number 4. And rounding out your top 10, James Moore in the 07 and Jovan Anderson in the 93 with Greg Lovell in the 088, rounding out your field of 11 here tonight. 3 stages for us here tonight. Stage 1 concludes on lap 12. No cautions for those stage ends, so we will hopefully stay clean and green to the finish, and we'll run 39. picture-perfect laps. Coleman going to try to put down some pro laps here at the front of the field. Green flag, we're racing here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway Roval.
A little lock up there from the 9-car. Randall Coleman getting into turn 1, but everybody makes it through all right.
Edver in the 09 went really deep into the corner, and that's going to pay off. The 09 goes to the point here.
Oh, but he gets loose and Randall's
Coleman around.
around.
Hard into the outside barrier goes the number 9.
Oh, he's stuck in it, too.
Oh, no.
He's going to have to call a tow truck, Joe.
Oh, Moyers.
Big wiggle for Moyers.
Wait, did we just reset?
Drivers, to your cars.
What?
Did he pull a me?
Dude, I got questions.
Oh, you know, Joe, that he might, you know...
Drivers, start your engines!
All right, I guess we'll try again. Randall Coleman on the pole here in the number 9. Going to look to get a better start and hopefully not bin it in turn number, what was that, 3?
Hearing that Randall's wheel was out of calibration, he had a problem. He fell out of the server there. Give it another go here.
Again, stage 1 ending on lap number 12 here tonight. As the field makes their way into the front stretch chicane. Green flag, and we're racing once again from Charlotte. Or for the first time. And Edver in the 09 does a good job.
Ooh.
See Oscar Ramos into the wall. There's
Big wreck
contact
in the
further.
back.
They're still going straight.
I don't know how they gathered that up. We had a couple cars and all which ways back there. I think it all started with that 50 with Oscar Ramos.
The Randall Coleman in the 9 now free and clear with the lead, not stuck in the outside wall in turn 4. Field already giving themselves some spacing, Weaver, here on this start. Like everyone's kind of playing it safe.
Yeah, first little incident there, turn 1 between the 19 of Nico Servideo and the 50 of Oscar Ramos, both banging off the wall a little bit, but like you said, gathered it back up. They're still going strong with some damage, but going strong.
James Moore and Servideo side by side into that front stretch chicane. The 19 able to take the spot away.
Cody Luke making a pass on the 33 of Good Pasture here for 4th.
Cody gonna need a really good run-in for that 33 to have a really bad day. Also gonna probably need some help with the 09 not having a good run. That's not happening either right now. They're both inside the top 5. All 3 of them are. All right, Weaver, are you settled in now? Oh, we got one missing the backstretch. The 07. Gets back rolling. That's James Moore. Elvin Anderson going to make a pass there. A good pass there for 5th.
Randall Coleman enjoying a nice lead over the 09 of Ed Leal. About equal distance back to 3rd, Joshua Moyers, and then a big gap to 4th. Joe and Anderson going to make a peek here on Cody Luke. Doesn't quite get to the inside for the chicane. Greg Lovell with a little slip up there. Had some contact with the wall on the front straight. Gave it a little love tap, but he's going back straight.
Degrees of separation right now, Weaver. Degrees of separation.
I ain't got a degree. What's that mean?
I have a degree. Is that what you're asking? Like, what does a degree mean? I'm confused. What are you asking?
Never mind, Joe. Joshua Moyer's taking a peek here on Leal through the chicane, catching up quick here to that 09.
I'm just confused. It's road course racing. I'm not used to it, you know?
I think we're all confused here, Joe.
We always are. Are we being cringy enough tonight, you think?
Oh no. Are we trying to be cringy? I can try harder if you want.
Nah, you're doing good.
Need a cringe check in chat, please?
We were asking last night because it was our Halloween race. We were asking folks what their favorite candy was. I think that's
Twix.
That's your favorite Halloween candy? It's Twix?
Oh, that's my favorite candy.
What's your favorite Halloween candy?
I don't know, man.
It doesn't. It can still be Twix. Like,
I mean, yeah, I guess Twix.
just like what your
I
favorite
guess-
thing
well,
in your little goodie bag was.
The thing I'd only get during Halloween that I always made out on because nobody else liked them is dots.
Oh man,
I love
you
dots.
ever pull a tooth out though with dots?
I've never put a tooth out with dots, Joe.
Them things are sticky.
That's how I like them. Nice, sticky, icky.
Dovin Anderson to
Yeah.
the inside of Cody Luke for the 4th spot.
Candy ain't the only thing I like. Sticky, icky, catch my drift.
Are you talking about like your chicken wings?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Weaver, we are a PG program. I'd like to remind you that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right.
I was talking about, you know, we can get some good barbecue ribs and it's all
Oh, okay.
sticky on your fingers, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're pulling them apart.
Okay. All we're talking about. Oh, good pastor. Also, Rodrigo in chat. Some people don't like the Roval, but I think that it is a complete road course that has heavy braking zones, elevation changes, switchbacks, all of that. Yeah, I agree. I think people just they look at it now as like a gimmick is the problem, and people don't like gimmicks. but then they love other.
I don't
I
even
don't
know
know.
how's it a gimmick.
Because it's an oval and we got a road course in it. It's crazy. It's the Roval. You know?
I mean, that's not a gimmick. One of the biggest motor races in the world is ran on a Roval.
I know. Listen, I'm not saying that I agree with it, Weaver. I'm just saying people think that way.
I'm saying people that think that way are dumb.
Okay. They're big idiots, big stupid heads.
Big dumb doodoo heads.
Yeah.
Now, I will say there was an argument to be made about how the next gen has ran on the oval at Charlotte,
Yeah.
but I think their reasoning for keeping the Roval and not doing 2 oval dates there is very good and makes a lot of sense.
Fair enough.
And like Chat said, gotta be more cringy. Refer to him as Chat, Joe.
Oh,
Chat said it is I do believe this is a very complete road course for it being, a Roval on a smaller oval. Sorry.
What?
Hmm?
What are you sorry about?
I had a phone notification. I don't know if that came through.
Oh, no, you're good. Nah, I'd just be, like, super passive-aggressive about hearing it, you know?
It was a sleeper notification. They're a weird sounding one.
They do have a weird sounding one, don't they? It's like
Yeah.
a...
I mean, at least I know it's that when it goes off, but it's just odd.
True.
Moyers might have caught the inside wall just a little bit there coming through the chicane. He's pushing real hard trying to get back up to this 09 in second. See what they have checked out from 4th place Cody Luke though. Over 14 seconds off our leader Randall Coleman already.
And Cody was able to get back by Joe Van Anderson in the 93. Another thing to note, Goodpaster, 33 car, has fallen back into, what is that, the 7th position?
Yeah, 7th position for Jeffrey Goodpaster, 24, almost 25 seconds off the leaders now.
That's
More importantly, about 22 seconds off of that 09 car, who realistically, he's got a couple positions to play with, but
some stage points incoming.
Yeah, you're going to be losing a lot of stage points here. It's probably going to put him on the outside looking out for the rest of this race.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the thing. Edver's gaining stage points on everyone that's not in right now. Obviously gaining on the 33, but also putting some distance between this 09 and the 8, and putting some distance between the 09 and the 71. Sean Romero hasn't had a great night so far, but still plenty of time to go. Right now, running back in the 8th spot.
I'll tell you what, I bet this is one time that 8 of Cody Luke, he was wishing the stage brakes had yellows here. Catching back up, because he's got a pretty fast car under him.
He's putting good times down, isn't he?
Yeah, solid lap times. He's not falling off too much from these leaders. I think if he was able to restart up in this position, he might have a chance to stick with them, maybe try something, but we're at the whim of the yellows now.
Four to go here in the stage. 3 to go when we get to the line this time. It's still Randall Coleman out in front in the number 9. I'd like to remind you folks at home, we got more great racing action coming up here on JTN, presented by our friends at SchemeHaven.com. Maverick Cup Series action heads to Sonoma Tuesday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Then Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series action is at Las Vegas, Sin City on Thursday at 9:05. And then the following Tuesday, Hobo Racing Cup Series action heads to Las Vegas as well. There's racing and much, much more. They're all going to be live right here only on JTN, presented by our friends at SchemeHaven.com, your new source for motorsports liveries.
'09 at Everly out, kind of closing a little bit of Randall Coleman these past couple laps.
Randall's not putting down those pro laps like earlier?
Not quite. I see it closed in a lot there in that chicane. Got the lead down under a second here. '09's coming on strong late in the run. So finishing second in the stage isn't enough. Got to get some more insurance.
Oh boy. Starting to see some smoke from the number 9 too. That means he's getting really aggressive trying to get back on the gas. The rear tires are gone on that car though, Weaver. You can kind of tell with how he's kind of babying the throttle around right now on corner exit.
Yeah, they might not be giving him what he wants back on throttle, but I'm telling you, on braking, he is cutting down Randall Coleman right now. Maybe braking a little too late.
One to go here in the opening stage of the race. Randall Coleman, the leader. So Randall Coleman gonna bring it down the back straightaway here in this number 9, into that backstretch chicane for the final time here in stage number 1. Nice and easy. Oh, Edwards around!
Oh no, pushing just a little too hard there. Looks to hold on. He's going to lose second here.
Moyer's able to go on by, but still going to be out in front of Cody Luke and the 33 of Goodpaster. But off the final set of corners, Randall Coleman will win stage number 1. And no cautions here for the end of the stages. Joshua Moyer is going to be second. Edver in the 09 third. James Moore lap down in the 07. I believe he has come down the pit lane. Cody Luke off the final corners going to be fourth. Owen Anderson in fifth. Jeff Goodpaster, though, terrible stage 1. Edwards gotten back around for second. Stage 2 going to be complete on lap 24, so 12 more laps. Stage 2, still waiting for the leaders to make their first pit stops, Weaver. Randall's clutching going down into the backstretch chicane. See, that one's more of a bus stop, right? But the one on the front stretch is just a chicane. Is that what that difference you were talking about earlier was?
Yeah, because like at the front, it's not a bus stop. You know, with a bus stop, you gotta have the turn in, the turn out. Josh Moore is gonna come down pit road this time.
I think that's a good call for the 68. Be the first of the top few to come down pit road. What Cody Luke in this 8 car does. Looks like he'll stay out another lap. Oh, Cody's in the turf. I don't think you want to do that.
Not exactly.
Oh, Randall Coleman around. Leader around here, getting back onto the oval. Here comes Ediver in the 09.
Gonna take over the lead here through NASCAR 1 and 2.
Oh, boy.
Randall Coleman right on his bumper, though. Oh, contact!
Oh, Ediver got...
Oh,
no! No, not like that.
Oh, no. Had a little help getting in there.
The caution is out.
Oh, no. I think the 09's done.
Oh, my goodness.
That just cannot happen, Joe.
Did. Another look at it. Ediver started braking, I think, earlier than Randall expected, and Randall shipped him down into that barrier. On board with the number 9.
Randall was on the brakes as well, just not as hard as that 09 at that point.
Hey, it's not to say that, like, you know, he just ran him over, but at the end of the day, he ran him over, right? Like,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's a tough hit there, man. I don't know what to say about that.
this flag, unnecessary roughness. Number 9, Randall Coleman. Also saw the 33 go in for a spin. A replay of that. Good passer kind of got up on those rumble strips. Nosed it into that inside barrier there. Driver's right barrier. But first caution of the night out here as Randall Coleman got into the back of Edward Leal Duran. Edward now on the pit lane in the 09. Getting service, but Weaver, that kind of changes our outlook on the bubble. We pull it up because this was the picture going in. Now, Edver had gotten 9 points in stage 1. Goodpaster was only able to get, I believe, 3. So that would have put Edver 4 to the good over the 33. And now if this 09 car can't get back on track, Weaver, he's done, right? Because Goodpaster can at least make up those points unless something bad happens to that 33.
Yeah, I think Ever should still get a point in the second stage. I believe he will end up 10th. Looking at the retirements and all right now, but I don't know. It's gonna be tough.
You never like having to worry about points when you're not out there on track, right?
Yeah, no, not at all, Joe. You want to have control over your destiny. Everybody gonna come down pit road here.
Moyer's going to win the race off of pit road in the 68. Now remember, he had already come down pit road, so just, I believe, topping off on fuel there. Coleman second off the pit lane. We'll get doubled up. We'll get ready to go back racing next time around on lap 17. Did we get confirmation the 09 has retired?
Yes, the 09 has taken it behind the wall. Night is over. Will be a, I believe, 9th place finish for the 09.
Oh, man. That's a heartbreaker. Is a heartbreaker. So we'll have 8 laps to go in the stage. That's going to put all these drivers in a position to be able to make it to the end of this race just on one more stop. Guess we're doing a single file restart because it's a road course. Pace car is in. Joshua Moyers with control here for the restart. And here we go. Green flag. We're back underway here from Charlotte. Jovan Anderson making a big move, trying to get to the inside of Cody Luke into turn 1, Waver.
Big move, but Cody Luke holds strong on the outside. Knows he's going to get the inside line here through 3 and 4.
Anderson, though, going to make it work on the outside line. The 93 goes on by for third.
Big move there by Jovan to get by on the outside. I think that 8 of Cody Luke maybe has one of those late run cars.
Back up front, though, it's Joshua Moyers with the lead. Randall Coleman there in second, trying to get it back. And Moyers is going to have a slip up there that allows the 9 car to go on by.
Randall Coleman scurries through quickly there, capitalizing on the mistake by Josh Moyers. Owen Anderson still close there in third. Got too much of that inside curb, though. That's going to put him in the wall.
And folks, want to remind you, if you haven't already, please click the like button on the video. Again, it does so much to help support us here on JTN. Only got 3 likes on the video. Currently have 11 people watching. We again encourage you to hit that like button. We encourage you to make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss a second of the action. Don't want to miss any of these races here on JTN. Coleman locking it up that time into the bus stop. Thank you, Gordo. Be like Gordo, hit the like button on the video. Alright, Weaver, the 9 car's gotten back to the lead. Doesn't feel like these other guys have anything to challenge him. What are they going to have to do in the second half of this race?
I mean, they're going to have to do something different, especially outside of these top 3 right now. They're going to have to make some big moves, some big changes.
Well, what can you really change with it being fixed setup?
Just the way you drive, the way you attack the track, you gotta have to start trying to find new lanes, new ways to take these corners that might get you a little time.
This is the Roval, right?
That it is, Joe.
There you go, Ryan. There's your answer.
Roll.
Roval. If you're Randall Coleman, too, I mean, another thing that always comes to mind when you're the leader, and it feels like the leader tonight with this 9 car, he feels like he's a little bit ahead of everyone. Do you back down your pace a little bit to try to save your equipment and save your tires, or do you just keep running what you're running and hope that you can run away?
I don't know, Joe. You never know what can happen. If you look at that last run, he had a good lead, but one mistake and it all went away, so I think I'm just trying to go out there and set as big of a lead as I can. And the way Josh Moyers and Joe and Anderson are looking behind him, I don't think they're going to really give him a chance to let off any.
Mm-hmm. Where did Chauvin go?
Disappeared.
Wow.
Must be some internet issues there. Hasn't came back yet.
Oh, they're dropping like flies, Weaver.
He's not dropping that 68 Joshua Moyer. He's getting closer and closer to Randall Coleman.
He's applying a little bit of pressure now. Knows that we're coming down to the end of this second stage. Stage points on the line. With 3 to go here in the second stage. Coleman's still out in front, but again, getting Having pressure applied from the 68 of Joshua Moyers. These two battling it out. Something fierce. 68 into the wall there a little bit off of turn 1. And now Randall has walked away. So, you know that little bit of that fun battle we were having? It has subsided.
Oh, we kind of saw it happen last run. There was that little stint where Ever was able to catch up to Randall, but then he pulled back away. And it kind of just comes and goes for that 9 car.
Randall Coleman continues to put down the pro laps here tonight. We gotta make him a t-shirt. Like straight out of the late 90s, early 2000s. It just says making pro laps. And it's got like his car really big on it. I think that would be a winner, Weaver.
Could be. I got bad news for you, though, Joe.
What's that?
Rockstar beat you to the punch.
Oh, did they?
And that's a brand in the old Grand Theft Auto there, Joe.
Darn.
But it was a good idea.
Yeah, I just wish I was the first to have it.
Yeah, I know. It's so good somebody else thought of it. Randall Coleman really stretching that lead now over a second back to Josh Moyers. Over 7 back to third place Cody Luke.
Urko hitting us with a wahoo in chat. You love it. Welcome in, Furco. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday night. Final lap here on the stage. I think Goodpaster will be able to get all those points back, too, that he lost to Ediver in the 09, so that'll move the 33 back in. So really, it's going to be, can Cody Luke or Sean Romero find a way to win this race? That's the only way this 33 will get knocked out of this next round of the playoffs.
It's looking tough right now. Cody Luke's in the best position to do that up in third, but who knows what happens if he gets by that 9 car, if might meet the same fate. You never know.
How is he going to get by that 9 car? Because, I mean, Coleman is a whole back straightaway ahead right now. And then on this course, that's a lot of time to make up. And folks, can't thank you enough for tuning into our coverage. Randall Coleman, your Stage 2 winner. Joshua Moyers, second. Moving to our final stage here tonight. We'd like to remind you can follow us on our social media at JoeTowNetwork. We are on X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, again, at JoeTowNetwork on all those platforms. And, of course, right here on YouTube.com. You can also follow us at twitch.tv/JoeTowNetwork. Although we haven't been doing our simulcast over as Moyers is off the track.
Oh, big off from Moyers. There goes Cody Luke. He's going to have to wait for these guys to get by. Good passer. Now he's got a hole.
They'll move Moyers back to 4th in that 68.
Now Now that door opened just a little bit for Cody Luke. You can see the light shining through. Still probably going to take another yellow or maybe a slip up by that 9 car Randall Coleman, but he's got hope.
He's got hope. That's right.
Sometimes that's all you need.
Well, and Cody's even got like an extra, I don't know, 3 horsepower because he's got JTN stickers on his car. But I believe Randall also has JTN stickers on his cars. Cody down pit lane. So thinks he can make it to the end here. 15 laps to go. Good passer now into second. That Southern New Hampshire University Ford. Luke just now coming off pit lane, so you see how much time you lose when you make that pit stop. Weaver, how did you feel about the NASCAR race at the Roval today? That question goes out to our chat as well.
I didn't get to watch all of it, but I did watch a lot of the end. I thought it was a pretty good race.
You like the winner?
Yeah, it was fun. It's nice to have a guy that clearly sees the importance of winning a cup race still.
Isn't that weird?
It's very. So something that is somehow lost on a majority of the cup field when they end up winning, which is very annoying. If you can't get behind a guy that shows emotion, I don't know what's wrong with you.
That was cool, especially because there's a lot of uncertainty there with AJ Allmendinger. I know he'll be back with colleague, but don't know if it's in the Cup Series or Xfinity Series. A lot of signs pointing towards going back down to Xfinity.
I think that's a smart move for him.
Howdy, Greg. Thanks for checking in. Yeah, I was happy with that Michigan win. That was pretty impressive. Our defense scored more than Minnesota scored. So, that was pretty good.
What are you talking about now?
Greg said congrats on the Michigan win in chat. So I was...
What Michigan win? They passed the bill or something? The state do good? Or?
The football, U of M?
Football.
Michigan Wolverines?
I don't know what this college football is. I heard they canceled that.
Weaver's UCF Knights are not doing all that great.
I mean, all things considered.
Right.
But
I know I want to get down to the bounce house for a game because that place looks like fun.
That it does. That it does. You got to make the trip down next year, Joe.
Randall Coleman making the trip down pit lane. Go ahead.
You're gonna go. Me and Ryan are going to the swamp. You gotta come down to the swamp with us.
Oh, is there a game at the swamp next year?
Yeah, we start our 3-game series next year with Florida.
Ooh, that's actually kind of tempting.
I know you want to knock off them stadiums.
I do.
The swamp's one you definitely got to check.
I got to knock off Kinnick last weekend. Met up with our colleague Austin Spencer out there in Iowa. It was a fun time.
Look like who y'all had some great seats.
Dude, let me tell you, Austin deserves commendation
Austin's a G.
for being a wonderful host and helping us get the seats and giving us a seat upgrade too to boot. So, yeah, I think we were on the 5 or 10 yard line, row 16. It's pretty cool.
Rows up right there in the action.
Saw Fran McCaffrey, who is the Iowa basketball head coach, talking with Tom Izzo, who's the Michigan State basketball coach. They were also talking with Pat Fitzgerald, which is a different circumstance. Look up Northwestern football hazing if you want to find out more about that one.
Oh.
But I'm not gonna lie to the folks at home. I'm not gonna try to tell you why it's interesting or not tell you why it's interesting because. Good Pass Series, your race later here, though. This 33 we expect to come down pit lane anytime now.
Yeah, just 10 laps to go in this race, and here he comes.
Yeah, Greg, I was sad that Texas lost too, because I am a betting man, and I made the wrong pick. That Texas, I mean, did you watched Texas OU at least, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, that game was good. That was a.
If you don't watch any college football all year, you gotta watch Red River.
You gotta. I think you gotta watch the big rivalries. There's 5 big rivalries in college football. I feel like you have to watch those games every year. You want to hear them?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, Red River, right?
Obviously.
Army Navy.
Yeah. Classic.
Michigan Ohio State. I feel like you gotta watch that one.
It's the game for a reason.
And then after that, you could. I feel like there's 5. I'm struggling to find them, but for a while it felt like it was Alabama Auburn. I don't know if I necessarily believe that, at least right now. I do think though, Notre Dame USC is a must-watch, just because it's a good helmet game.
I'll tell you one that's kind of emerging more recently. The Holy Wars they got.
Oh, BYU and Utah.
Yeah, those have been hoots lately.
And then I think if you don't watch Iowa State, you're not a real college football fan. But that one's more of you hate fun.
Yeah.
You gotta hate fun to watch that game. Randall Coleman back to the lead in the number 9.
Good pastor here, holding on to second, fighting Moyers.
That's 3rd, I believe.
Third, yep, you're correct.
Yeah, Florida, Georgia. Florida, Georgia is a good one, too. I was going to say that one. So, what did I say my 5 were? Michigan, Ohio State, Army, Navy, Red River, Notre Dame, USC.
Florida, Georgia is an interesting one because it just seems like those two teams never seem to be at their peaks at the same time.
Well, and they play at a neutral site.
Yeah.
That game shouldn't be at a neutral site.
Tell you a good one around here. We got the Florida Classic, baby. FAMU Bethune-Cookman.
That's a good one.
That's good football.
That's a good football game. Of course, the Michigan State games have been a source of a lot of sadness for me, but
I mean, the team's pretty good in their rivalry game, so I don't worry about that one too much.
What was that?
The old War on I-4, that one's pretty one-sided.
That one is pretty one-sided.
Although, can't remember if we played. I don't remember if we played them this year or not, but it might be a game to watch this year. USF ain't looked awful, and UCF's look like they can play down to anybody.
Is that game getting played this year?
Not sure.
I don't think it is.
I don't think so either, but it might.
It should. Should always be played. Just like Oregon State needs to be played. Washington State needs to be played.
Mm-hmm.
Coming down to the end of this one, Randall Coleman's out in front of the field. We were talking about one side. This race has been pretty one-sided. A dominant performance from the driver of the number 9. We'll have some tough. I have a couple questions for Randall. There, we're gonna hit him. So you're gonna want to make sure you. If he
I think we
ends
gotta
up,
save him for last.
Dude. And he just loves to talk sometimes, Weaver. He just loves to talk.
Yeah. We put him first. Ain't nobody else going to get interviews tonight.
But Randall is out in front. Cody Luke in a Hail Mary must win.
A little over 11 seconds back for second place, Cody Luke.
Gonna need a disaster from the number 9.
Anything is possible, Joe, but we're seeing one of those old school booty kickings out here tonight.
Yeah. Dominant performances, though, can be interesting, right? And they can be good. I think that's kind of what we see from the 9.
There is a lot of takeaways from today's race.
And we're going to talk to the top 3 about them here. So make sure, again, folks, you stick around for our post-race coverage at the conclusion of tonight's race.
Well, Joe, we might see a little catastrophe here. Right on board with that 9 car, Randall Coleman, when he's going around this big track. See if you hear what I'm hearing.
Uh-oh. Right. Hey, are we only going to hear it up in the banking?
Yeah, it ain't going to hurt him too much here, because you don't use it a lot, but sounds like fourth gear might have checked the building tonight.
Alright, let's see. Here we go. First. Into second. Into third. Oh, yeah, he's not shifting. Oh, man.
Almost off the liver there, but he's still gaining on the 8 car of Cody Luke in second.
Well, the one thing I would warn Randall about: when you run on the chip like that, Weaver, that is not good for your engine temps, any of your fluid temps. It's not good. So I wouldn't even, with a 12-second lead, I wouldn't even be getting on the chip. I'd be staying at just 8,500 RPMs. I wouldn't even be trying to go over it. And you know what? If I give up some time, I give up some time at this point. Wouldn't risk it. Wouldn't risk it. But I'm not the one that's been out there dominating this race, so what do I know? Do you know anything, Weaver?
I don't know, man. Lucky for Randall this time by just going to be 4 more laps. The gap to second still growing even without fourth gear for Randall Coleman.
He's just Man, he's an alien tonight. Man, I would not be doing that. That just every time. It just Weaver, I'm wincing. I'm wincing up here in the booth hearing that.
I think we heard a lot of it tonight when AJ did his burnout. So maybe he's thinking he could do a burnout doing it that long. He can run a couple laps like that.
Listen, I would agree in chat. I mean, I still think it'll overheat. He's just got to be careful. We saw this earlier this year, Huangzhou, when we were with the Maverick Cup Series in Mexico. That car blew up because he was on the chip down the front straightaway every lap for about 40, 50 laps. So, you know, I'm sure Randall's okay, but it's not something I'd like to test, if that makes sense, Weaver.
I agree with you. I mean, he knows how to hold back. You hear it going through 3 and 4, NASCAR 3 and 4, into that front chicane. He doesn't get on the chip. He kind of lets off, but it's just long enough to where you don't think he's gonna hurt him.
Well, he's got years of experience on us, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Make him feel old while we're at it.
Just under 2 laps to go for Randall Coleman. They're going to change. Josh Moyer's up into second place, got around Cody Luke. Jeff Goodpaster's still in 4th. Sean Romero up to 5th.
Again, Jeff Goodpaster in the 33 in position to get that final spot in the round of 6 starting next week. And he would definitely be in trouble at Road America.
Yeah, if there's any track on the schedule that he was okay with losing 4th gear at, it was definitely the Roval.
And it's just those Revolution Motorsports transmissions and powertrains, you know. Can't trust them. Into the final set of quarters, coming to the white flag. One more circuit here from the Roval. Randall Coleman takes that white flag. 1 lap to go.
What was your old team? They had the real bad ones. I think they still work through those.
Carolina Motorsports.
Yeah, the Carolina Motorsport transmission. I remember that.
Those were dark days, Weaver. Those were dark days.
Yeah, it was a rough timeline there.
Rough days with the motors, rough days with management. Oof. Ryan Pace could tell you about that.
Ryan Pace can tell you about a lot of things.
He could. He pleads the 5th. James Moore slow on the apron in turns 1 and 2. It is the point of no return. We mentioned that at the start. This field got so spread out, didn't really matter at the end of it. Coleman through the bus stop for the final time.
letting Randall by. One more chicane for Randall Coleman before he takes the checkered flag here tonight.
Randall Coleman into the final set of corners. A dominant performance is perfected. Coleman wins and advances into the round of 6. Joshua Moyers is going to advance. Will finish second in the 68 car. For Cody Luke in the 8, it's going to be disappointment. Won't be able to advance after 2 heartbreaking finishes at Texas and Talladega in the previous 2 races. Jeff Goodpasser in the 33 will finish 4th tonight and advance.
Can't say that 18 didn't give it all their all tonight. Coming home with a 3rd place finish but this is going to be hard to beat that 9 car tonight.
Austin. Well, folks, remember, we'll talk with our top 3 finishers here after the race. Again, make sure if you haven't already, you click the like button on the video and subscribe. Doing so does help support us so much here on JTN. We can't thank you enough, as always. Randall Coleman burns it down. He's your winner here tonight from the Charlotte Roval. Randall will take it down into the Charlotte Motor Speedway victory lane. We will work on getting post-race results for you here at home in mere moments. Dominant performance from the number 9 team here tonight. Remember, folks, stick around. Talk with those top 3 finishers. Don't touch that search bar. Randall Coleman leads a race high 37 of 39 laps here en route to a route of a victory. Post-race results incoming, but first, a word from our friends with AutoSim 2. Have you ever wanted to manage your own racing team? Or what if you could go back in time to see if a particular season could have finished differently? Well, folks, have no fear, because AutoSim 2 is here. With fully customizable roster files, you can create your own world or try to recreate the past. Heck, you could even try to predict the future through AutoSim 2's Sim Mode. Don't like the passive approach? Well, then get more hands-on in Owner Mode, where you decide who drives your cars and what companies will sponsor them. Down on your luck? Well, then scout some new talent that will get you to the top. Already super successful? Try moving up the ladder or expanding to truly solidify your racing empire. However you want to play, AutoSim 2 has you covered and is now available for purchase through the Steam store for $9.99. Now go make your mark and build your legacy in AutoSim 2. And again, folks, AutoSim 2 is now available on Steam for $9.99. We recommend you go check it out. Premier Motorsports text-based simulation game. Let's go ahead and start with our 3rd place finisher. He's the driver of the number 8 Budweiser Chevrolet, Cody Luke. Cody, you got a copy.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, Cody. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. It was an interesting race.
What's the takeaway from tonight? Obviously, a strong finish, 3rd place run, but this round, I think, at the end of the day, hampered by 2 poor finishes in the first 2 races.
Yeah, well, at least I guess we can say we hang our hat up on that. It wasn't our fault that I finished as badly as I did, but Yeah, I mean, it was a good season, good race, but just not enough. I guess if I could have finished Talladega in Texas, I would have easily been in there. I wouldn't even have to worry about going into this race, but it was a must-win scenario either way. I probably could have done a little bit better on tires. Probably could have pit maybe earlier or later. I don't know really what I could have done there. I let him get away a little bit too much, but other than that, it's a good race. That's really, yeah, it's not enough.
Well, you say not enough, but still, I think a strong run here tonight. Road courses and you, do they always agree this well, or do these kind of go into that struggle category for you as a race car driver?
I've always kind of considered road courses to be one of my better kind of tracks, but I've never gotten a grip on. Never gotten a grip on this one. This one's always, if there's besides that Mexico track that we ran about a year ago, this one's probably the worst one that comes to my mind that I run. I just never figured it out.
Well, Cody, you figured it out here tonight. Third place run. Before we let you go, I want to give you the opportunity. You got some great partners on the car. I'm sure you got plenty of folks to thank. Now it's time to do so. You know what to do.
Yeah, well, first of all, I want to thank Randall Coleman for putting on the race here tonight. Runs FAST has always been pretty much my home league for a long time, so it's always nice to run here. Thank you guys for broadcasting. I don't think there's a better broadcaster in the business. Got good rates, got good everything, just all around good content. So, yeah. I want to thank Budweiser for unknowingly sponsoring my car for all these years. Hopefully we'll continue to run Budweiser next year without them knowing and telling me to stop running. And that the whole number with Teresa will be a whole nother thing. Hopefully she never finds out about that.
We'll try not to get too big for you, Cody. Safe. But again, Cody, congratulations on the third place run. Again, it's always a pleasure to get the opportunity to talk with you. And again, can't thank you enough for your time here this evening after a third place finish.
Yep, thank you, Joe.
Cody Luke, driver the number 8, your third place finisher here tonight. Let's go ahead and talk with our second place finisher. He's the driver of the 68, Joshua Moyers. Josh, you got a copy?
I got you loud and clear.
Hey, second place run. You're one of 2 drivers to lead a lap, not named Randall Coleman tonight. Take us through your race, because it's there's a couple mistakes in there, but you're able to rebound with a second place run.
Oh yeah, Randall is fast tonight. He could be fast and not attack the corners. So I was trying to catch everything I could in the braking zones, and I got a couple of mistakes on that, and locked up the right front early on, and so I was really struggling in the left-hand turns. That caused me to overdrive the right-handers trying to make up time and going off in the tire wall. And I was like, well, let's rein it back a little bit and just try to salvage what we can get.
Obviously a race like this one tonight, you came in healthy cushion to the bubble. I think it was 20 points. It was more than enough with the smaller field here tonight. How did that change your outlook on tonight's race once you saw how many folks were here, how many cars were entered, or did you still come in and have the same goals for yourself despite a smaller field count tonight?
I definitely wanted to capitalize just a little bit, especially on that first stage. So we got a good qualifying effort, and despite I ran my qualifying lap without fourth gear and still got third somehow, but definitely wanted to get some stage points in that first stage, and I felt much more confident about the cushion we had at that point. We might have been safe no matter what, but at that point, just kind of run the race, trying to maximize and hopefully get a win. But we came up just a little bit short. Randall ran a great race. I think he blew fourth gear partway through as well.
Yep.
And I got a little excited, and that's when I just started overdriving like crazy. So, but yeah, it's a fun race, hot race. RAC is not turned on, and it's about 80 degrees in here, and I'm sweating. So I'm gonna get me a drink of Gatorade and and cool off.
Well, Josh, before we let you go to do that, want to give you the opportunity real quick. Any sponsors, family, friends you want to shout out before we let you go?
Oh yeah, say hi to my family, say hi to my wife. She actually painted this car I'm racing tonight. It's a Genshin Impact Chevrolet. It's a video game that her and I play together, and it's her first time ever painting a car. So I think it turned out pretty good, especially it being something that she's not familiar with.
I'd have to agree. It was a good looking car out there, Josh. A good looking race. Got a great looking driver behind the wheel, too. Josh, again, congratulations on the second place run here tonight. As always, it's a pleasure to get the opportunity to talk with you. And again, can't thank you enough for your time. We'll let you go so you can go hydrate and get out of the heat.
All right, I appreciate it. Y'all have a good night, and thank you for the broadcast.
Joshua Moyers, driver with number 68, your second place finisher here tonight. Let's go ahead and finally bring in our race winner. He's the driver of the number 9, Randall Coleman. Randall, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, big win tonight. I got a couple questions, though. I'm going to get right to them. First up, incident there. Brings out the caution, got into the back of the 09. What happened there?
Completely my fault. Obviously, we spun, tried to get going, and he slowed down way quicker than what I thought. I had no idea he was going to slow all the way back there because I was obviously going in a little bit deeper, or not getting on the brake as quick, and he got on the brake right there. And unfortunately, I really feel bad for him because he was probably going to make it into the next round, and we basically ruined that for him.
All right, second question. Server reset at the start. Saw you in this 9 car go around. You're backed into the tire barrier. What happened there? And then how good was it to get that second chance at the race?
Well, let's just say I pulled a Chase Elliott. No, obviously right before the server restart or before we kicked it all the way back and everything, I wound up falling out. I think Moyers did too. And my wheel completely was not calibrated. So that was unfortunate. Luckily enough, we had several people who were like, well, just restart. That's kind of dumb because you fell out. So we restarted, and, luckily enough, we actually benefited from it. We wound up going on the win.
Well, you go on and win. You get the extra W in the column. I believe that comes along with some extra playoff points for this next round. How important was it to maximize those playoff points tonight and kind of set yourself up for a shot at the Championship 3 with a pretty stacked round of 6 in these next 3 races?
It was to me, it wasn't really needed. We were 22 points to the good going in tonight, but obviously when you get a chance to go out here and get a win, it's big, especially that we swept both. Yeah, I think we did. Yeah, we swept both of the stages. So yeah, we got all the max points. I think we led the most laps, obviously. So yeah, it was a good night for us. We was battling some issues. I don't know if you all caught it or not, but I lost 4th gear. So I thought that was probably going to do us in. It was probably pretty much right after a few laps after that wreck with Ediver. And I was like, oh, well, great. Here's our karma. We lose 4th gear. So it's like, haha, that's what you get. But luckily enough for us, the other drivers that was out on the track had a couple issues as well. I know Moyers had some issues. Cody struggled a little bit. So we were still pretty strong on the infield. The big straightaways obviously killed us a little bit as far as our speed, but just enough to stay out front, So big win. I'm happy. I told you before the race, I love the Roval. It's one of my favorite road courses. So to come out here last year, I feel like we got robbed from it. We had a good run last season in here and it came up one spot short. So tonight we got it.
Got the victory here tonight, Randall. Again, congratulations on that dominant performance here. Before we let you go tonight, though, I want to give you the opportunity. Again, got a lot of great partners here with the league. Got a lot of great partners on the car. I'm sure you got some folks to shout out and thank. So here's the microphone. Turn it over to you. Floor is yours. You know what to do.
First and foremost, thanking you guys, you and Weaver, Bristol, coming out here tonight, broadcasting this. I know we didn't get to do Dega last week because of some things, but, we made up for it tonight. Wasn't as big of a field, but, in all honesty, it still wound up being a good race. 1 yellow, not bad. Got to give a big shout out, and I don't know if they're watching or they're listening or whatnot, but big shout out to Brandon Hawkin, Zach Rogers, Tommy Bordeaux, Davey Hazard. Those guys was some of the best road course racers that I've ever raced against in this game. They motivated me to push harder on road courses to try to improve. And I think that a lot of that motivation and the way that they raced gave us the opportunity to go out here and compete for this tonight. So I can't thank them enough for motivating me. Although Weaver, I'm not going to leave you hanging. Weaver is a good road course racer too. Don't let anybody fool him. Don't let him fool anybody. We all know that he can go out there and get it done. Nah, you don't. But yeah, those guys have been big for me. My sponsors, Napa, Hooters, Tire Pros, Logitech. Have them on the car each week. Couldn't do it without them. I think my girlfriend's watching. I don't know if she is or not. I think she is. She was supposed to. So I'll give a shout out to her. Hi, Nancy. But yeah, and overall, everybody that races here week in and week out,
Hold on, real quick. I gotta interrupt you for this. You gonna first name Randall?
Huh?
You can't. Hey, baby. Hey, something like that. You gonna first name? Come on, you can do better than that.
Well, she's probably over. If she's listening right now, she's probably giggling. So it's all good. It works out. But yeah, I can't thank all the people that race here week in and week out. Got some big things coming up next year on the horizon. Shout out to James Moore also for allowing us to do these broadcasts. He's a big help to that with the sponsorship and stuff. So yeah, if I missed anybody, I'm sorry. But thank you to everybody else if I leave anybody out.
Well, Randall, thank you for giving us time here after the race tonight. As always, it's a pleasure to get the opportunity to talk with you. And again, congratulations, buddy, on the big win here tonight from the Roval.
Oh, by the way, she is listening. She just sent me a laugh emoji.
There we go. There we go. Randall Coleman, your winner here tonight from the Roval. Thanks, Randall.
Thanks, guys.
Weaver, that's going to wrap up our coverage here tonight. I mean, big time sim racing here at FAST on a Sunday night from the Charlotte Motor Speedway Roval, and big time Randall Coleman gets the victory.
It was, Joe. Great race tonight. Hope everybody had fun. Hope everybody has a good rest of their week here.
And hopefully,
I think that's all.
Hey, I hope they're incorporating us into their week too. We're going to be live Tuesday night, Maverick Cup Series action, Maverick Night in America. It's Tuesday. It's just expected at this point. Sonoma, more road course racing. I believe you'll be back in the booth Thursday night when we head over to Las Vegas for the Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series. So again, a lot of great racing action out there for you folks at home. If you don't want to miss it, you got to make sure you're subscribed. You can also follow us on our social media at JoeTowNetwork. But yeah, that is it. So for all of us here at JTN, for Bristol, our producer, for my colleague Joseph Weaver, I've been Joe Towansky. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys, and we'll see y'all next time live right here on JTN. So long for now, folks.
Yeah, and they're going to be 3 wide coming to the checker. Never mind, they're going to be... Oh! Turn 4 into the triangle. Whitehill is through the grass. It's going to be Noah Joyce winning his first career race in the Red Bull Cup Series.
Off the line and a wreckage behind him. US cars flying everywhere. Cars upside down. It doesn't matter. Noah Joyce has done it. He's won at Daytona in the 3 car.
Behind, they're going to be side by side again. Contact there between Sinner and Bordeaux for
The contact! Oakley into the wall. That's going to be Jack Healy coming to the line.
Jack Healy wins the ride to